Door knocking versus cold calling. Which one do you think is harder and which one do you think you should be doing? And I have done both of these. In today's video, I'm going to share my experience with both of them and I'm going to give you my honest opinion which one I would do. I would rather do. Maybe if you're thinking about maybe should I door knocking or should I cold calling, and I'm going to tell you exactly how I feel about both of them. So as you know, for some of you guys probably been watching me, you watch some of my videos before, and here in this channel, I share about my real estate experience, my wins, my losses, and if you want to, follow me on my journey, feel free to subscribe to this channel. For those that have been subscribed already, thank you very much for the support. You can also DM me on my Instagram if you have any question. But as you know, here I keep it real with you. I keep everything authentic. I'm not here to hide anything. I'm not here to sell you nothing. It's just I'm just kind of share how I do my real estate and what I've been through. So I have door knocked before, and let's talk about door knocking a little bit. And for those that door knock, I have to say I have a lot of respect for you. I do have a lot of respect for you because this is not easy. In my opinion, man, comment below if you door knock, if you're still doing it. And I know there's people getting a ton of business doing this way. You can get business doing anything as long as you pick one thing and stay consistent with it. You're definitely going to get business from it. Now, is it one going to be easier than the other one? I don't think so. They're all going to be hard, so you have to pick your heart. Which heart do you want? Is it door knocking? Is it cold calling? You have to pick one. I think most of us agents, especially new ones, we want the easy way. We want people to call us, but unfortunately, I don't think that's going to happen. I mean, if you're doing something that people are calling you to go list their homes, please share with me. I would like to know if you're doing something that's easy. If you're getting calls every day, if people calling every day, come list my house, man, please share with me. I would like to know so I can go do it. But unfortunately, I've been licensed for 2 years. I have tried a bunch of stuff to get listings. I closed a couple deals with the buyers, but obviously they say list to last. I tried different ways. I tried social media. I did property tours. I thought maybe I'll go record some nice homes, do some nice footage. I even did with like drone footage and stuff like that. Maybe a seller would watch it. They would call me, hey, please come list my house. I want my house to be like that. But so far, nothing yet. I mean, there's probably people getting business from it, but for me, nothing yet. And when you get your license, now you're like, okay, yeah, I got my license now. Now, what am I going to do to get business? What am I going to do to get listings? And you try to do everything else. You set up a website, you're posting on Facebook, and you making those posts you make. Hey, but looking to buy or sell, call me today. I don't think that's gonna take you anywhere. People are tired of seeing these posts, and people don't like to be sold. I hate when I see those posts all the time. Hey, looking to buy or sell? I'm the best agent. Call me. Um, you know, but you're doing everything else, and I'm guilty of that as well. When I started, I don't know what to do. I was doing everything else except doing what was actually going to get me business, which is you have to talk to people. So in this business, if you're not talking to people every day, if you're not like generating leads, you're gonna fail easy, and then you're gonna quit. I think that's why so many people quit because they're not doing anything to get leads. You're just sitting around and making posts on Facebook, Instagram, and then you're just hoping somebody would call you. But I'm here to tell you, I don't think it works that way. I mean, I could be wrong, but I think you guys could agree with me on this. I mean, if you're killing it on real estate, people calling you, like I said, please share what you're doing. I would love to hear from you. I mean, it would be the dream. it would be the dream for people. You're just getting calls every day. People, they want you to go list their house. I mean, you might get some buyers, but listing, it's very difficult. So, but let me tell you, when I started doing door knocking. So, I mean, I didn't do it for like a long, long time, but I did it for a little bit. And I remember it was my neighborhood. It was summertime. It was summertime, easy to knock on doors. Um, and I took some, I think I took some market analysis with me, something like that. I don't remember what I took with me. And when I knocked on my first door, man, who it took me a while. I was just hesitating, man. I was just sitting there in my car. Do I go knock on doors or no? But then I was like, I gotta do something. I gotta get some listings. So when I knock on my first door, I was so nervous. My heart was beating so fast. I thought I was gonna pee on my pants. I was shaking. Uh, I mean, comment below if you ever knock on doors. How do you feel in the beginning? So I was super nervous, and I remember I knocked a couple doors. Uh, some people opened the door, some didn't, and I was ringing the doorbell too. After I watched a couple of videos, people were saying don't ring the doorbell. So for me, I was just ringing the doorbell, especially the doorbell with a camera. You don't want to ring, you don't want to do that. So then, I started knocking on doors. People would come, and some people were nice. And I mean, my neighborhood, which is I highly recommend. Try your neighborhood first, maybe where people maybe they've seen you before you try to go in the different neighborhoods. And also too, do your research before you go door knock on that. In that city, because there could be some guidelines. You could be trespassing people's property, and it's be very careful if you're gonna go door knock. Be very careful. So I did that for a little bit. Didn't really get anything. I remember there was one guy. This one was an expire. I said I'm gonna go knock on his door, and it was this guy, big guy. I knock on the door, nothing, and then I knock on the window. He came and was like, "Can I help you?" He was like, it was this big guy. I'm like, yeah, I was super nervous. I was choking on my spit. I was like, I was like, I saw your property was expired, and you're still looking to sell it. And it was like, oh no, that's already gone. We're packing right now. We're moving. He turned out to be a really nice guy, but it was very tough. So I did that for a little bit. I didn't really get anything. I mean, I know if I stick with it, do it for long, I would definitely get something from it. But for me, it's like, nah, I can't keep seeing myself doing this. It's a lot of work. Trust me, door knocking is a lot of work. Do a lot of walking, and people might not be home, and it's very dangerous too, especially in the world we're living in nowadays. People, you could be going to the wrong house. People, you could get shot, so be very careful. Some people have dogs. It's not easy. So for me, I stopped. I was like, nah, I can't. Door knocking's not, it's not for me. So I stopped doing it, and then I decided to go into cold calling. So then I started calling, and which in my opinion, I would do cold calling all day. If I was to choose between door knocking or cold calling, I would go cold calling all day, because cold calling, I'm just sitting here in my office. I'm calling these people. They don't know me. I don't know them. I mean, it would be nice to get in front of people. Like door knocking, it's a way for you to get in front of people face to face, and I think people too respect that versus on the phone. It's easier to get rejected on the phone versus door knocking, because they're right there face to face. But on the phone, you're gonna get rejected. People will cuss you out. But in terms of time consuming, I think door knocking can take you a lot of your time versus calling. You could call, I mean, in 2 hours, I can reach so many people. In 2 hours, I can call, maybe I can talk to like 20 people, maybe 30 people, depends. Especially if you call them FISBO, they tend to answer the phone better than expired listings. So in my opinion, I think cold calling all day. Comment below which one would you rather do. But if you think one is going to be easier than the other one, no, none of them will be easy. Both of them will be hard. So you can just have to choose your heart. And for me, cold calling all day. That's something I would do all day. Just call Fizbo, and you might, if you think who should you call first, what I like to call Fizbo, and then I switch to expired listings, and then I do for rent by owners, which is I got some results from before. So I've been cold calling for about I think 6 months now. I'm not gonna lie, some days I slack, some days I call, some days I don't, but I got some results. I just sold a Fizbo 2 weeks ago. I listed 5 properties, and I got some more that I'm following up right now. And the other thing too, you gotta make sure you have a system when you start cold calling. Make sure you have a system where you can track all your leads, because if not, you're gonna lose them. I can't stress enough. When I was doing it, I had no clue about the system. So I lost a lot of people like that. But now I have a very system. Comment below if you want me to do a video on it, how I do my follow-ups, what I use. I could do a video on that as well. But that was just my take over there on cold calling versus Fizbo. Let me know what you do. If you guys enjoy my videos, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video.